Texas A&M at Texas Friday, 7:30 Eastern kickoff, ABC. They're not even making us wait until Saturday. That's why rivalry week, much like hope, is a good thing, maybe the best of things. SEC championship game trip was on the line last year. We were at this game last year in College Station. Winner goes to Atlanta. And it was a 17-7 game. It wasn't particularly aesthetically pleasing. I think it got 2 Chalai max. And it was a 10-point game, but A&M just never really felt like they were in it. So I got a question for you. Who has the quarterback edge in this game? You could ask, well, you mean who's been the better quarterback all season? Who's been the better quarterback the last few weeks? Like, what do you want to know? Well, I want to know how you would answer that. Is it a season thing? Is it a November thing? I'm just telling you, Arch has thrown for 300-plus and 3+ touchdowns in 3 of his last 4 games. And Marcel Reed, you probably remember him digging himself a hole against South Carolina, pulling himself out of the hole. I'm still holding on to my Marcel Reed Heisman ticket. If it's going to cash, he's got to make his move this weekend. So, do I have a favorite in this game? Yes, I'm pulling for Marcel Reed. I would love for him to throw for 600. Now, maybe Arch matches him and we go to overtime, in which case, start it over and all's well that ends well, and, Texas doesn't suffer because my Heisman pick wins. But every November, there is a performance that gets remembered and becomes the focus of the next year's hype, which would be ironic if it were Arch, because Arch was really hyped up. He was the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy this year. You'll remember, famously, in July. And it would be so crazy if he kind of fell short of expectations, but then he had a game against A&M late that made people say, his season was kind of up and down, but man, did you see he played his best ball late? They say it about someone every year. And he peaked at the right time, and they lit up Texas A&M, and boy, that really builds momentum into winter conditioning and spring ball. And this time next year, Arch may very well be the best quarterback in the country. That could happen Saturday. It could happen Saturday. One area Texas has to answer for, though, sort of a pre-paper popper here. A&M is 14th in the country in explosive passes, and Texas's defense is 98th in that category. Texas's defense is just 107 overall against the pass. And now, we saw Marcel Reed do it because he had to come from behind, but we've just seen them do it this year, period. And they've got really good receiving talent, and when some of that talent has been hurt, there's been new talent that's emerged. And the thing about it is, sometimes when you say that about a team, you can afford to play a little bit lighter in the box to help slow down that passing game, or to help fill some alleys in that passing game, maybe force a tip ball incompletion, or better yet, an interception. You can't do that against A&M because against Auburn, they had 47 carries for 207 and a score. Hey, really quick timeout. We'll get right back to the video. Do me one favor. Make sure you're subscribed. It helps us keep the show free. It helps us keep the lights on. It helps us keep doing college football year-round, and we appreciate it. All right, back to the video. I mentioned Auburn because Auburn's run D probably most readily profiles like Texas's does. Like Texas, pretty good against the run, not so good against the pass. That's kind of Auburn's profile. It's not shot for shot, but it's kind of the same way. And A&M ran it on them, not at will, but they ran it plenty good enough. And C.J. Vogel has been providing stat gems all year, and he provided another one. Here's why that running game is so important, aside from the obvious. Marcel Reed on play action this year, 73.8% completion percentage, 16 touchdowns, 1 pick. You suck at running the ball, no one falls for play action. You're running the ball effectively, play action's there. Marcel Reed, without play action, 55.4% completion guy, 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. My prediction, a lot of play action. Colin Klein dialing it up in this game. But what does play action require? Time. Where does Texas specialize? Getting after the quarterback. They're number 3 in the country in sack rate. So that's the balance you have to strike there. Texas is 10th in turnover margin. A&M's 109th. Sometimes that matters, sometimes it doesn't. I'm just telling you, if it plays out according to the stat sheet, Texas has a big edge here in forcing turnovers. It didn't matter in Oklahoma, Alabama most recently. Maybe it won't matter here. Steve Sarkisian needs something to sell. He needs a big win to hang his hat on. He has not gotten it. He badly needs it. Texas A&M has won games in all sorts of ways this year. They beat Notre Dame in a shootout. They beat Auburn in that slugfest. They got down 30-3 to South Carolina and had to come from behind to win. They went on the road to Missouri the week before and just totally handled business. So they are well-versed in winning any kind of game that Texas presents them. Let's take a look at what the model thinks. The FanDuel number is A&M minus 2.5. The model agrees. We got A&M minus 3. I think A&M is going to go in there and get the job done. This is a really important game for those folks. Not to mention just the whole rivalry dynamic. I got through this whole thing, and I didn't even mention the pure unadulterated hatred of Texas A&M and Texas. I mean, Texas is a home dog on this game, still with the audacity to kind of pat A&M on the head. Welcome in, little bro. Nope, can't let it be that way, and I don't think it will be that way. I think A&M will get the job done. They'll win, they'll cover, and they will go to Atlanta to play for an SEC championship. The next week would be Alabama goes to Atlanta. Who are they playing? Could be playing A&M, could be playing Georgia. Either way, a ton of those folks watch our show. A ton of them would be in Atlanta. Did you know that we'll be in Atlanta that Friday night before the game? Did you know that we're having a live show that Friday night before the game? Yes, this is not rumor. This is not baseless speculation. Sources are confirming that we will have a show live at the Buckhead Theater. They're in Buckhead. Tickets are on sale now. Look, I am being very careful with how we promote this, okay? Because we're gonna sell this thing out pretty quick. It's a pretty big theater, but we're on the verge of selling the thing out already, and I haven't said a word about this on socials yet, because I know we'll get a flood when I say something about it on social. So I'm giving our cores, our day ones, our P1s, the first shot at buying tickets, and most of you have. You can go to patestateMaterial.com if you haven't purchased already. Still got some seats left. They're not going to be there much longer, is all I can tell you. So I will end up promoting this on social, and I hope everyone who wanted to get in, who is a dedicated, loyal viewer of the live show, gets priority, because you deserve it, and that's why we're only promoting it on the show right now. But it's going to be fun. Going to have some special guests, probably announce those next week, and we are going to have a ton of fun. It's not going to be like doing this show. It'll be a live show, but it'll be like us on stage, fully interactive. Anyone who was in Lincoln, Nebraska, when we went up there with Bussin' with the Boys, that kind of show, that's the kind of show we're going to do. It won't be broadcast anywhere. The only way to see it will be there.